Welcome to Vint Corners, where timeless elegance meets fresh spring inspiration. Step into a world of timeless charm as we explore Jane Austen-inspired vintage home styling with elegant antique touches and Regency-inspired room ideas. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Vint Corners for more cozy, nostalgic inspiration and cinematic decor journeys through vintage elegance. Golden light pours through delicate lace curtains, casting a soft glow across the room. The sun's rays dance on the hardwood floors, revealing rich, time-worn patterns in the grain. Dust motes float in the air like golden confetti, adding to the room's dreamlike serenity. An antique tufted sofa sits beneath the window, upholstered in soft floral fabric that speaks of another era. Its wooden legs are gracefully curved, and a crocheted throw rests neatly on one arm. The gentle sun caresses its cushions, making the colors bloom anew. To the left of the room stands a tall mahogany bookshelf, each shelf lined with leather-bound volumes and porcelain trinkets. Faintly yellowed pages peek from the spines, suggesting stories well-loved and often revisited. A small oil lamp perches atop, unlit but quietly proud. A gramophone with a polished brass horn sits near the corner, next to the window. Its wooden base gleams in the light, and a record lies on the turntable, ready to spin tales in crackling melodies. It seems poised to play a waltz from decades past. A Victorian writing desk anchors the far end of the room, its surface scattered with faded letters tied in ribbon and a single porcelain teacup still steaming. A delicate fountain pen rests beside a blotter pad, inviting whispered thoughts to be penned. Above the desk hang framed botanical prints, their illustrations of roses, lavender, and wild herbs softly faded but still rich in detail. Each one bears handwritten Latin names, adding a scholarly charm. Their frames are gold-leafed, slightly worn but regal. On the adjacent wall hangs a grand oval mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved in Baroque flourishes. Its glass is just slightly fogged, gently warping the reflection of the room into a softer version of itself, a vintage dream held in time. A brass floor lamp with tasseled edges stands beside an armchair upholstered in dusky rose velvet. Its pull chain glints in the sunlight, untouched, while the chair's fabric appears gently worn, evidence of many long afternoons lost in thought. A small round table with claw feet stands near the center of the room, its surface bearing a lace doily and a stack of antique postcards. Their edges curl with age, and faded stamps hint at distant places and forgotten correspondences. By the fireplace, a vintage fireguard rests in front of white ceramic tiles adorned with delicate blue florals. The hearth is empty but polished, and above it sits a mantel displaying dried lavender in a pewter vase and a row of tiny porcelain animals. In the corner, a large potted fern spreads its fronds gracefully over a weathered wooden stand. The leaves catch flecks of light, casting shadow patterns on the floor. Its earthy presence brings freshness to the otherwise time-worn atmosphere. The rug underfoot is a faded Persian beauty in deep burgundy and moss green, its intricate patterns softened by age. Its texture hints at hand-woven craftsmanship, a story beneath every step, grounding the entire room in quiet luxury. A collection of framed black and white photographs lines a nearby wall, showing somber faces in Edwardian attire. Some gaze directly at the lens, others look away as if caught mid-thought. Their presence feels like memory made tangible, deeply rooted in the walls. A wicker basket by the sofa holds folded vintage linens, embroidered with tiny floral motifs. Nearby, a patchwork quilt spills over the side, inviting comfort. The textile's soft hues and worn textures lend the space its undeniable warmth. Hanging from the ceiling is an aged crystal chandelier, its pendant slightly clouded yet still sparkling in patches of light. The crystals scatter reflections across the room, dancing gently as the air shifts. Its elegance is faded but proud. Near the door sits a coat rack with curved iron arms, holding a vintage straw hat and a lace-trimmed shawl. Beneath it, a pair of polished leather boots rest neatly, as if waiting for their wearer to return from an afternoon stroll. A wall clock with Roman numerals ticks softly above the doorframe, its hands moving at an unhurried pace. Its ticking is gentle, nearly lost in the room's silence, but ever present, marking the slow passage of timeless, tranquil hours. On the windowsill, a cluster of glass bottles catches the sun, amber, green, and cobalt blue. Each one holds dried flowers or feathers, their contents preserved in still beauty. They shimmer with tiny reflections, glowing like stained glass. A cat sleeps curled on a velvet cushion, its fur rising and falling in rhythm with the silence. Unbothered by the world, it is the final note of serenity in this vignette, a living echo of the room's peaceful, vintage soul. As the sun begins to lower, shadows stretch across the room, deepening every curve and texture. The golden light fades into amber, then rose, casting a final warm glow over the aged beauty within. The room exhales softly, cloaked in nostalgia. Thank you for joining us on this elegant vintage escape. If you felt inspired by the beauty of antique charm and Jane Austen-style decor, please like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Vint Corners for more vintage home inspiration and cinematic storytelling.